right, hi gang. So our last lesson, you were just taught how to convert from standard to scientific. So now this lesson, you're going to do the reverse. You're going to learn how to convert from scientific to standard notation. Okay, so we're again, there are a few steps to go through. So if the exponent is positive, you move to your right, which again to me sort of is common sense, because if you look at a number line, the numbers to the right are positive and the numbers to the left are negative. So again, step one, if the exponent is positive, you're going to move to your right. Step number two, how many spots you actually move to your right if the exponent is positive is the power of that exponent. So I put the example of if the exponent was 10 to the 7th, I'm going to move 7 spots to the right. Okay. So I have an example below. So I want to convert this scientific, this is in scientific notation. So I want to convert this number from scientific notation back to standard form. So the first thing I see is it's positive, so that the exponent is positive. So I know I'm moving the decimal to the right. So I know I'm going to be moving this way to the right. Okay. And I look at the power is 5, so I'm moving the decimal point 5 places to the right. So here I go. 1, 2. So now I gotta put a 0 in there. Okay. There's nothing there, so I gotta put a 0. So that's 2, 3. There's nothing there, I gotta put a 0. 4. There's nothing there, I gotta put a 0. 5. There's nothing there, I gotta put a 0. So the number in standard form is 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And you get rid of that decimal point. Because remember, you've moved that decimal point now. Technically, the decimal's over here. That's where you moved it. Okay. So 2.4 times 10 to the 5th in standard notation, or in scientific notation, is 240,000. Okay. We're going to practice a couple more just to make sure you get it. So here's a couple numbers I wrote down in scientific notation, and we're going to convert them to standard notation. So again, the rule, if it's positive exponent, I know I'm moving to the right. So let's just show which way we're moving. So this is positive, so I'm going to move to the right. This one's negative, so I'm going to move to the left. This one's positive, so I'm going to move to the right. This one's negative, so I'm going to move to the left. Okay, so we got that down. Now, how many spots we move? We look at the exponent. So I have 3.78, and I want to move it 3 places to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I got to put a 0 in there as a placeholder. Okay, so now I get rid of that decimal because technically the decimal moved over there. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the decimal. You don't need to keep the decimal at the end of a number. You can if you want, but it's unnecessary. And the number is 3,780. Okay. So now this number, we're moving to the left, and we're moving 5 places to the left. So the number is 1.268. I'm going to move, that's 1 spot. 2 spot, I got to do a placeholder of a 0. 3, placeholder of a 0. 4, placeholder of 0. And 5, placeholder of a 0. So now I get rid of this decimal because it's gone. Right now, this decimal does have to stay. Okay. The decimal moved here, okay? And that's the new number. The new number is just so it doesn't look so awkward. That is your new number. You do have to put the decimal in the front, okay? 1 times 10 to the 9th. Again, we said we're moving to the right. It's a positive number. So you have 1. How many times are we moving to the right? 9 times. Remember the decimal, if the 1's here, a decimal is technically right there at the end of the number. If we're moving 9 times, the trick, I don't even have to do the 9 bumps. If it's 10 to the 9, I know I have 9 zeros. So I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros. Okay, so that's 1 billion. All right. So now I have 1, but it says I'm moving 9 places to the left. So this one's a little different. Remember the decimal point's right there. So I'm moving 9 places. So this one, you don't have the 9 zeros. It's not positive, it's negative. So this is 1 time I moved. Okay. So if it's a negative, you would subtract one zero from it because I moved 1 time. And now I know I have 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So look, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've moved 9 times, right? And remember, if it's in the front, if the decimal point's in the front, you have to keep that decimal point. Okay, so that's your final answer. Okay, so remember, what did we say before? In scientific notation, if it was a really small number when you were given standard, if it was a really small number, you would have a negative exponent. So it holds true. Really small numbers have that negative exponent, and the really large numbers have the positive exponent. Okay. All right. So if you need my help at all, always reach out. I hope you have a wonderful day now. Bye.